In this video, we will be discussing how memories are formed and recalled. Memory formation begins when sensory information is received by the brain. A specific region of the brain called the hippocampus is where short-term or working memories are stored. Working memory is the second-to-second and minute-to-minute level of memory. During sleep, the information that is deemed important through practice and use is transferred from the hippocampus to the prefrontal cortex for long-term memory storage. This is called a memory trace. Within the prefrontal cortex, the important new information is integrated into existing neural networks formed from similar information in a process called consolidation. The consolidation process happens most during rapid eye movement or REM sleep, the portion of the sleep cycle where the body is inactive and the brain is active. This is also the portion of sleep when you dream. See the videos on sleep for more details. Once the process of consolidation is complete, the information is available for recall. All information stored in long-term memory exists in the form of neural networks, which consist of the multitude of connections between neurons. When new information is consolidated, new neural connections are formed, and the information is integrated into existing neural networks. This is the hardware storage of memory in the brain. There are several actions that one can take to improve memory formation and recall. Paying close attention, connecting new learning to prior knowledge, taking short rest periods such as 15 to 20-minute naps or mindfulness sessions between learning tasks, getting proper sleep, which is 7.5 to 8 hours for adults and 9 to 10 hours for teenagers, and having a desire to remember. Make the information important and meaningful. Further actions one can take include using distributive practice, which is consistent practice over time, elaboration of the material, previously discussed. Having an interest in the material goes hand in hand with a desire to learn. When one has a strong desire to learn, coupled with an interest in the material, it is much easier to form new memories and recall that information at a later time. Form emotional connections to the material. The amygdala, the center of emotional memory in the brain, plays a powerful role in memory. This can be a double-edged sword, however, as negative associations can be formed to information. Make sure that your study and learning sessions are associated with a positive, safe, and comfortable environment. Recalling information directly from memory without aids is the best way to study and strengthen memories. Flashcards with the answer on one side and the question on the other is a great way to practice recall from memory. Here are some keys to memory formation. The first is elaboration. Elaboration is the process of practicing and studying information in a variety of ways, such as flashcards, practical use problems, storytelling, illustration, etc. The more elaborately you encode new memories, the more neural connections are formed and the stronger the recall of the memory. When studying, make your practice detailed, multifaceted, and emotional. This will give you the best chance for successful recall when the information is needed, such as during an exam. When learning new information, it is vitally important to be focused, pay close attention to detail, and encode the information as elaborately as possible. The initial interaction and encoding of the new information is the greatest predictor of later learning success. The importance you place on newly learned information equates directly to memory formation. The brain only holds on to information that is deemed important. Importance is determined by the use, practice, elaboration, and desire to remember the information exhibited by the learner. There are several factors that impact recall of information. These include the number of memory pathways, which comes from elaboration. Multisensory learning. The more senses you can integrate into a new learning task, the more memory pathways you have established for that new information. The strength of the memory, which can come from repeated practice and the emotional connection. The cue that sparks the memory. Creating specific patterned cues for information can help to create stronger connections to that information. Was the information learned as part of a whole idea or concept, or was it an independent fact? When recalling information that was part of a larger whole, practicing working with the broader concept and filling in the details helps to create stronger memories. Is the new information connected to something you have prior knowledge of? Finding ways to connect new information to something you already have a strong knowledge base of will help to integrate that information and improve recall. Question. Do you know the lyrics to songs that you never practiced and may not want to know the lyrics to? Think of all the song lyrics, TV advertisement jingles, and other bits of information that you have never intended to learn but know by heart. This is the power of repetition. Remember that repetition can be a powerful tool for memory recall, but that practicing incorrect information will have the same effect. Ensure you are practicing and studying the correct information to ensure proper recall. To reiterate, here are 4 keys to remembering. Repetition over time, also called distributive practice, elaboration of material, a desire to remember, and recalling information directly from memory. The last point from the previous slide may be the most important, as recalling information from memory is the best and most efficient way to improve recall. You will likely not have reference material for every future incident where you need the information, and recall is a skill which with practice improves and with disuse is lost. To practice recalling from memory, first study the information from a reference source such as a textbook, PowerPoint, or video, then attempt to retrieve that information from your memory without the reference. When you make an error, correct the error, start over from the beginning, and then repeat the exercise until you can complete the memory task without error. This is called deep practice, and it is used by those at the top of their field in nearly every discipline. Flashcards are an excellent way to practice recall from memory. Put the question on one side of the card, the answer on the other, and try to answer all of the flashcard questions without error. Then reorder the flashcards and try again. Once you can answer all of the questions from memory, in any order, you have established strong memories for the content. Another way to practice recall from memory are practice tests and quizzes. You can create these yourself, find examples online, or ask your teacher or tutor for practice tests and quizzes. The key is true recall from memory, so avoid multiple choice or true-false questions, as these provide cues and do not draw the information directly from memory. Here is an overview of the topics covered in this video. Short-term versus long-term memory. Memories are consolidated and transferred to long-term storage during sleep. Newly learned information is integrated into networks of similar information in the brain. Studying using elaboration, distributive practice, and deep practice will all aid in memory and recall. Some excellent tools to aid recall from memory include flashcards and practice tests or quizzes. We hope you found the information in this video helpful. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. For additional details regarding the services we offer, please explore our website at info.learnercenteredtutoring.com. You can reach us by email at admin@learnercenteredtutoring.com or by phone at 231-466-0715. Book your complimentary consultation today.